Well, welcome back. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to do search and installation of a plugin outside of WordPress. If for some reason you cannot find a plugin within WordPress, then you can use Google and or Bing or Yahoo, whichever your favorite search engine is, and do your search to find the plugin that you're looking at. So before we do anything here, what I'd like to do is I'd like you to open up a different browser window or a different browser. In this case, I'm using I have 4 different browsers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a WordPress plugin. Okay, I'm going to do a very general search. WordPress plugins. As you see, I've done this before, and it brings me up to the the top few pages. And the reason that I'm starting, actually, just to let you know, I'm starting this video over because I accidentally had a window open with like all my passwords and stuff like that. And since I don't want to take the time to edit them out, I'd rather just recreate the video because I don't want somebody to hack my website and take it down, that easily. Not that I'm doing any harm to anybody. They deserve to be hacked. So anyways, I had to start all over, so that's why you're seeing these in purple. And this is the last time I'm going to do this, so that you get your plugins running on your system. Anyways, what I did earlier, I'm gonna repeat the whole process again. I went on and I skipped WordPress because we already did the internal search through them. This is also a WordPress website, so I'm going to skip this one. But I'm going to click on Best WordPress Plugins, and then I'm going to click on WordPress Plugins by Yoast, and I'm going to skip these two because the sample that I used actually worked out really well in the first video. And I went over to Yoast for a couple of reasons. I did subscribe to his website already, and Frank, onepackagelive.com. So Yoast, if you're watching this, I did subscribe to your list, and I downloaded Clicky for WordPress, which is an analytics and metrics plugin. And I'm not going to get into the details of that, but I'm going to download it and show you how to do it. It takes you to a download page. Look at the ratings here. A lot of people seem to like it. And read the instructions. Of course, he has all the instructions for his program. We're going to click on download. We're going to click on save. And as you see, I've already downloaded it, but I'm going to download it again. What I did do earlier that I haven't done now is I created a folder called WordPress Plugins. And I'm going to save it to a folder named WordPress Plugins. And yes, I replaced it because I'm doing this for this video's sake. And now that I've downloaded it, what we're going to do now is locate that file, and it's called Clicky. And all those dots got me thirsty, sorry. Make sure that you do not open up this file on your computer and then try to install it in your WordPress, because you're just gonna have a lot of headaches. Nice thing about WordPress plugins is that you don't have to run them on your computer. You don't have to unpack them on your computer. WordPress was made to do that for you. Okay, so we're just gonna close out of this browser window. We're gonna go back to our WordPress plugins page where we left off, and we're going to click on add new. This time, instead of searching, we're going to click on upload. And when we click on upload, we're going to click on choose file, and then we're going to click on Clicky. We're going to click on install now, and installing plugin install failed. There's a reason for that. The reason it failed is because I installed it in a previous video, okay, and I activated it. And what happens when you install and activate is you're gonna see it on your website. So let's go to fitplusplus.com. Where are you? Fit++. Oh, okay. And it puts Clicky at the very top of my website. Okay. And because you didn't see the activity, I'm going to do one more run. I'm going to install another one of his downloads. Let's download Google Analytics for no, we already have that. Yeah, let's do Google Analytics for WordPress. Let's see how that works. And let's click on download. Okay, save. Google Analytics for WordPress. Saving. Okay, now that we know where it is, what we're going to do now is go to our Add New, and we're going to click on Upload. We're going to choose a file, Google Analytics for WordPress .zip, install now. Plugin installed successfully. Activate plugin. That satisfies that equation, okay? And allow tracking, sure. And Google Analytics is not select which analytics profile. Click here, authenticate with Google. Let's go to continue and grant access. I haven't used this program before, so you're gonna have to bear with me, okay? And it's analytics profile. Oh, it wants me to enter the UA code, and I haven't created one for that. You know, I'm not gonna follow the details of this. I did cover the UA code in one of the previous videos. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave, you know, this section here because it's just going to take too long. What I'm going to go back to is we're going to go back to plugins, and I want to show you one more thing. Okay, if you have to install a plugin from outside of Google, and this red does get kind of annoying, but we're going to have to deal with it. If you want to search for something outside of Google, do so, but just make sure that you do your research, because you never know if a program is either not written well or doesn't the person that doesn't have either a lot of experience in what they're doing. Who knows? There's a lot of things. It could be malware for all you know. And as we found out, from this guy here, he's actually looks pretty honest, and I've never been to his website before. I've subscribed, so I trust him, and I installed this program. WordPress approved it, obviously, and I'm going to show you why they approved it, because if I do a search for Clicky, I found this earlier when we were doing the earlier video. See, Clicky by Yoast, and the Google Analytics for WordPress. Let's see if Yoast comes up again. I'm going to do a search. Okay, it doesn't find it, but the program, as you see, some of the programs may or may not be in their engine, but for the most part, I might have mistyped it. If you find it in there, it pretty much indicates that WordPress approved of the program, and I would think they would do some kind of checking to make sure that the people are trustworthy. But you can look at that yourself to find out the actual facts. I haven't done a research. I'm just hoping that would be the case. If not, do your own research, make sure that the plugin is trustworthy, and if you find any information about it out there that's negative, then I would avoid it altogether. If it's too much information, like malware or anything that has to do with security issues, which I could go on forever about that. So now you know how to install a plugin, how to search for a plugin from the outside and install it. From this point on, I'm going to close this video, and I am going to I might make one more video on just looking at a few more details about the plugins, using them, and then we'll be done. Okay, you have a great day.